Okay. I think I'm back. It looks like my internet is better. I'm full. The pie is full. It wasn't earlier. What the heck? 9/11. Hi, is Sherry. Sherry, are you here? Sherry said you froze. The whole freaking thing. Okay, so now it's not showing it. Okay, there it is. Hello, whoever's here. I am hoping my internet. I had to shut my computer down. It wasn't even working on my phone. Anyway, there's a thing here. I just opened up my phone to. For a long time, we believed everything on the screen. Like, because it was on the screen, it was real. Now people are looking closer. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now, this happened with me. Yes, I'm back. Hi, Sarah. This happened with me with, it's been a long time that I've been on this journey. Once the awakening happened and the questioning of life, and it just didn't seem right. And then when 2020 hit, and they were talking about, they were having a ticker tape. Well, they told me there was a ticker tape on the news, and I'm like, ticker tape? What the heck is that? What? They were counting the amount. They had a number counting people who were, as they were dying. Good morning, Cynthia. My immediate reaction was, if they're doing that, if they did that with car crashes, how many people died in car crashes? Nobody'd get in a car. And they shamed Florida. Every single thing that's seemingly happening here. If you have an aversion to it, a fight. Oh, I was so steeped in the fight then. I mean, we were on our trip around the country with Hannah in our RV, and we went to Mexico, New Mexico. It was where Wild Hogs was filmed. I don't know. I think I've told this story before, but how they wouldn't let us into a restaurant to have a soda outside without a mask. The whole thing. They were saying that the hospitals here in Florida had box trucks where they were putting the dead. So I went to 2 of our hospitals and videoed. Not true. They said that about New York, too. Not true. That was a time where I was questioning everything. Even things coming out of my own mouth and everybody else's mouth. Good morning. Oh my God. Nemo. Nemo, what? Now I know it's you because of what you just wrote. But I don't understand what Nemo. Jimmy, you need to help me. I don't get it. Nemo. Good to see you here, Nemo. Anyway, questioning. We're starting to question. People are starting to not believe everything they hear. If it doesn't resonate, if it feels like shit in this body, you know it's not true. It's me. It's a long story. I imagine we need to talk. I don't know why you would ever pick Nemo. Make me think of a fish. Oh, why didn't you pick Dory? Anyway, what was that thing? Oh, there's another one that just popped up. Only the mind is in need of healing. Because our minds are what's projecting all of this from our minds, whatever we're believing. This week, okay, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that phone call, mister. Or I'm going to call you. So, we're seeing through a lens of whatever we're believing, okay? We have a lens. You know how they say she sees life through rose-colored glasses? Now, that's not such a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Because you can choose to look through it in, what's the opposite of rose-colored glasses? Dark glasses? I don't know. And see it through a negative lens, or you can choose to see it through a positive lens, which is the rose-colored glasses. Now, this week, I was at my favorite school, North Fort Myers High. They actually called me to ask me to be there Thursday and Friday. That makes me so excited. And I was in the ESE class that I'm normally in. It's all boys, and they're in their teens, in high school. And the other teacher, because there's always two in a room, she was telling me that she picked up the day before. It was just a half a day, and I like to have a full day, so I didn't take the half a day. I had already had a full day planned. So she said that, Chris, there's a boy in there that's, well, he said to me, he was asking a question or something, and I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, I'm not talking to you. I wasn't talking to you. Now, you can say that's rude, or whatever you label that as, but it doesn't matter. I didn't take it personally. He's who he is, perfectly for me. I don't have to take that personal. So the rest of the day, I had a great, apparently the day before, they had to call, we have a little badge, and it's an emergency thing. If something happens and we can't control it, the authorities come. She had to use it the day before because of Chris. He had a meltdown because somebody told him something to do or something. So in this class, I had no direction. I knew that there was no teacher. Okay. The original teacher went out on leave because she had a baby. The intention was she was coming back, so they put a long-term sub in there. And I've been with this woman who was broken down. She took everything Chris said personally, and there's another boy named Sean who's very, very bright boy. But he doesn't like being stuck in a classroom, and I get it. He has autism, and he's a great kid, great heart, and he just wants to go to the bathroom or to get water or to whatever and listen to music, and that's what he wants to do. He reads, he does math, he's not stupid. None of them were stupid, but he knows what's going on. Very streetwise too. But he constantly wants to go do so. So the other teacher, the other sub, was worn down. When I was there last week, she was done. So apparently she's done anyway because they hired a new teacher that starts Monday. So Mrs. R, the last sub, left some things for them to do. And so I gave that to them for them to do. And they did it. Chris even did it. No fighting me, nothing. Then the rest of the day, we just did what they wanted to do. We played games. I even put on, because yesterday we went to Bradenton to the drag races, and one of the boys had been in December to this, and he was showing me his videos, so we put it up on the Promethean board, which is like a chalkboard, but it's connected to the computer, so it shows everything. I finally got my login for it, so I'm all set there. And what was my point? Oh, so I had a big lunch chunk, over an hour lunch. So I was in the room by myself, and when they came back in on Friday, I was just looking around, and when we were watching this video, and how the other lady with me, Sorja. Anyway, she was on. She was very lax, just like me. She's herself. I looked around and I went, my God, we are all just being ourselves. And everybody was having a great time. It was just flowing beautifully. This microphone, I just keep hitting it because I use my hands too much. Not too much. I just use my hands. So I just realized I didn't have to be somebody for the school system. Because the day before, when Sorja went to music with them, that's right after lunch they go to music. That's why I'm alone for a good chunk of time. And she was, being with the kids like she is. She loves them. And they love her. One of the other people in that room told the principal that she was flirting with them. So she got called to the principal's office Thursday when we left work. So she was angry and resisting and fighting it. And I said to her, that's somebody else's perception of you. That's not you, and you know that. Why would you take somebody else's... Anyway, we made a great connection through the rose-colored glasses, not through whatever somebody else perceives us to be. We had a great time, and the boys were genuinely sad that we weren't coming back on Monday, and they were going to have a new teacher. I said, let's intend that you have a great teacher. Because that's another thing. Christina and George had their meeting, their divorce meeting, which they were both afraid. That's it, coming through fear. So Christina and I made a pact that we were going, our intention for the meeting was it was going to be light and productive. And it was amazing. And the others, well, I don't trust, all of the black glasses can have their blackness. And it was beautiful on both sides. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so... And then Phoebe is going to be going up to the camp. She's going to be with Christina all summer long, enjoying the summer up in upstate New York, kind of like when she was in Maine. It's the same latitude, pretty much. Same. So, yeah, she loved Maine when she came for the month of July. She's going to be there all summer, though. She's going to be working, and it's going to be a lot for her to learn, but I know she's going to pick right up on it easily. I've been watching David Hoffmeister with the Course in Miracles. The Course in Miracles, he has a podcast on Spotify because he watches movies on Saturdays and he dissects them through our ego, mind versus spirit, what we really are. And whoo, it's fascinating. That's basically the rose-colored glasses is seeing through the spirit that we are, or through the ego that we are. Instead of black and rose, it's spirit or ego. There's two lines of thinking that you can follow, and it's your choice which one you're going to give attention to. If you feed the one that's ego, it's going to take stuff personally. It's going to create. There's something that was said about Peter last week, or he read something that was said by somebody very close to us, and about him. And I watched his mind get explosive. I mean explosive. He friggin' was so angry. Took it personally. And I just watched all the other thoughts coming in and coming out of his mouth, and how it, once you believe or try to fight what somebody else says about you instead of questioning it and going, well, that ain't true. The only reason you would have an aversion to it is because there's somewhere inside of you that's believing what was said. And you can thank that person. You don't have to thank them to their face. You can thank them internally, inside. Thank you, because you're uncovering what I'm already thinking and believing about myself that was hidden, because our ego mind hide. It's hidden. That's why there's so much what's it called? What is it called when something happens and then or somebody says something and then they're actually doing what they're saying? What is that? They're projecting something onto somebody else, but they do the same thing. Hypocritical. Hypocritical. Every ego mind is hypocritical. You project something about them, and the whole time it's coming from your mind, and triggers. Yeah, that's the trigger, right? That's a trigger. When somebody triggers you, it's because you are already believing it subconsciously that you don't know. That's why they are your gift for getting you to see what's hidden. You want to see it all. It's the calling it out, calling the ego out, lessens the separation between people that isn't real. We are the spirit. We are not that false little me, that ego. We aren't. That's just a bunch of beliefs that we've picked up on. I'm a woman. I'm a hair. It becomes self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, exactly, Lynn. Hi, Lynn. She just walked by. She's the one I waved to. Walked by with Maya. So, whenever I am triggered now, I am at this point where no matter what is happening, if I have a reaction, a negative reaction to it, I know that that's my shit. That is not coming from spirit, because everything is exactly the way it's meant to be, or it wouldn't be happening. And whoever's doing all of this, the God or whatever, life, doesn't make a mistake. It doesn't. It never makes a mistake. And if you look back on your life and see something that was so horrible, and look back, like the scam. It was not horrible for me. I had to sit with, wow, my worth is what I bring in for money? I'm only worth the amount of money I have? That was a belief. A belief I had. That whole scam thing was got me to see so much. And I know so many more people are waking up. When I started this 30 years ago, I had one person to talk to. Now I have people that are listening, people who are resonating, people I don't even know are sending me messages saying, thank you for what you're saying. I resonate with it, I can feel it. That's when you can feel it, like having that experience with the kids in the classroom, looking around going, I'm being myself. Feeling joy in a classroom with kids that were in joy too. And the other teacher, she goes, I am so glad I met you. She goes, I had the best 2 days. Good morning, Kim. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. I had a late start. The internet was all messed up. It was not working, even on my phone. But then something switched all of a sudden. And my microphone's working. It didn't the last week at the end. I figured it out, Cynthia. It has to be green, the line. I hit a button. Anyway, I'm hoping it's loud and clear. I don't think it's clear. I don't know. But it's a really good microphone. Oh, and I also wanted to show, look, Cynthia, you're going to look at that freaking plant. Look at the size of that. That thing that was on the table. It is growing like weed. It's so beautiful. I love how it's, because, Mattie's girlfriend, why am I drawing a blank on her name? Anyway, she has hers over there. They were the same size. Mine is triple. And I'm not doing anything. I'm not giving it a Miracle Grow or anything. Just water. And I'm fascinated with how the leaves come out. Because it's a metaphor for life. How it comes out, backs out, and then stands tall. You know, we're so small. We are taught when we're young that we're doing it wrong. Hi! Yes, the heart leaves, exactly, Cynthia. But we're taught to keep ourselves small because we're doing something wrong. We become, that's another thing during the scam, after the scam. The thoughts was right up, I'm doing it wrong. I did it wrong. You have not done anything wrong, ever. Everything is happening exactly the way it's meant to, and you're not doing it. This body is reacting to the thoughts. It's reacting. It's moving according to what's going on in here. And if it's constantly moving, it's trying to get away from those thoughts. The best thing you could ever do for you is sit with those thoughts. Let them rip through this body. Sit. It's going to try to make you go, get away at all costs. Anything. But when you can master sitting with those thoughts, and they're going to start going. But when you breathe, you come back to right now where there is not one thought in the now. And then it'll go off. It'll go off on more thinking. Breathe and come right back to now, and those shoulders come down, because the thoughts bring tension in the body, because the thoughts are, I'm not enough, It is scary. I know, Kim. I know it is scary. I literally, if I didn't get scammed and go into that deep rest, I don't call it depression, deep rest. I literally had to sit here by myself, freaking feeling all of those thoughts that come up. It's not going to kill you. I promise. Your ego mind is going to think. Oh, the thing is, it's afraid of dying. But the spirit, the what you really are, the spirit that makes all of this happen is not. It's not going to die. It wasn't born, and it isn't going to die. Whatever makes these hands move, whatever makes those words come out, it doesn't die. It's love. It's life. Life itself. Like I used to say, it's the wind. Just breathe. The minute you breathe, you'll come right back to now. That's the only thing that's real. Everything else is illusion. It's not reality. We believe it's reality because that's what we've been indoctrinated into. But it's literally much ado about nothing, is what Shakespeare said. Literally, all the... It's nothing. And you can sit back and watch it all. And not be hooked and go down the road with it. Because when you're bitching about somebody else or how this shouldn't be, all that turmoil is going on in your body. Has nothing to do with anybody. It's what's going on in here. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to fight it? And I'm not saying that I don't fight it. Believe me, I am just like you. There are things that I am that it's automatic to fight, and I'm not saying that's bad either. It's just you have the power. We have the power. The spirit is stronger than that ego. But you just have to be aware of it. Just be aware. Okay, I'm fighting it again. Come back to now. This shouldn't be. He's such an asshole. Laugh at it. So Christina, George has called her the C word since I met her. When he's angry, whatever comes out, whatever's going to hurt is what his ego mind, which is not who he is. He is that spirit just like she is, just like we all are. He's just forgotten because he's so caught up in that little me, that false self, that ego mind believing that. And when you believe you're an ego, you have to fight. All the fighting comes from the ego. It's an identity being threatened. But the sitting with yourself is what breaks it down when you notice, oh, I believe whatever. I am a woman. Then you've got to fight for women's rights. You don't have to fight. Once you realize your spirit, you're not a woman. I know that sounds like blasphemy, but follow me. You are spirit. And when you're coming from spirit, nothing is wrong. And if you find yourself getting all uptight and wanting to fight, there's an identity being threatened right there. And let it be threatened. Let it. Feel it. We are not these identities. We just believe we are. My whole screen thing on my computer says, shoot, what does it say? We are what we believe. Whatever's happening is because of what we're believing. What we're believing. What are you believing? What hurts in your life? What makes your body all tense and uptight and want to fight? Every single identity you have, sister, brother, whatever car you own, the ego will attach to anything and make it who you are. And I see it in the kids already, in all of the kids. It's so that I had a great conversation with some young ladies this week. Actually, quite a few different. I was at a lot of high schools this week, different high schools, and I was able to actually talk with some of the girls, and they were open. They were open. It was so, God, it inspires me. Because back when I first woke up, I wanted to go, wow, you're right. Light bulb. Oh, light bulb. Yoo-hoo. When I went to, shoot. Shit, what am I going to say? The schools. Oh, when I first woke up, my dream was to, I had it all in my head, but I was too small, believing Lori, had to go teach girls. That's identity. This body can go wherever it wants, and whatever comes out of the mouth is not a me, it's what's meant to be heard. Whatever you guys hear that resonates with you with a light bulb, that's you talking to you through this body. If it resonates, you have made this, whatever's coming out, perfect for you to hear. Or you wouldn't resonate with, you wouldn't even be listening. Most people don't want to listen to this because that ego mind wants to hold on. The identities are so strong, it wants to hold. It wants to blame others for the pain that you're feeling, but it isn't the others. The others are waking you up to the pain that's already there. It's already there. Whew, this is a damn good one. When this is coming out, I have no idea what I'm going to say. Nothing. But this is very clear. Very clear right now. There's a lot of clarity. That ego mind is going to die. Trigger. When you're talking with somebody, and trigger is when something tightens inside, like your gut. Somebody says something and it's like, ugh. Like, okay, so back when after the scam happened and $30,000 was gone, and it was all because of me taking it on as mine. I did this. That's painful. So whenever somebody, all I would do is drive by, like the trailers. There's trailers not far from us on Pondella they look really, really. I feel bad for. There was a judgment, feeling bad for the people in that trailer. It's very run down, and so there was an automatic trigger inside here that it shouldn't be like that. And those people must be suffering. Everybody is a spirit. They aren't those bodies and minds. They are not born and die. When you identify as the spirit you, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's not tangible. It's not something the mind is going to put in a box in your head, like all the boxes in your head of identification or ego. Spirit doesn't need to fight. There's no fighting. When you realize you are a spirit, there's no need to fight. If a fight comes up or a trigger inside your body, you know right there. Take a breath. Okay, what is the thought? What is the belief right now that's being triggered? Because it's beliefs. All the beliefs have to go. As you question them and feel them, and like, I can't even think of it. Yes, I can. I can think of it. Well, let's say that boy that said, it's none of your business, with that attitude. If I believed that I was a person in that moment that needed to fight, the I was offended, there would have been all of that turmoil, all that angst, all that bitterness inside this body. But there wasn't. There was a sting. There was a sting. Okay, hang on, Christina. There was a sting, but I felt it. I felt it, and I remembered that that's his. It's not mine. It could have been mine. It could have been the little me getting hurt, that it was rudely dissed, but I didn't. Same with that lady, Kim. I don't think you know about when I went to Peter surprised me and went to a Luke Bryan concert last year. Everybody's heard this, but Kim wasn't here. Anyway, there was a woman who I became friends with. We were talking. She was sharing her CDs with me because we had a long time to wait to get into the venue. And then I triggered her by saying something, and she got in my face and said, "Lady, if I had my pepper spray, I'd spray it in your face right now." That hurt. I could feel that in my throat when I was projecting that. Okay, so Christina, it looks like Patty, that lady, was suffering. That wasn't her. And I knew in that moment that wasn't her. There was no defense here whatsoever, and the venom was coming. Zero defense. Zero. I had nothing but compassion because I know what she's living in her head, all the beliefs about her. She has alienated everybody. I had already talked to the girl that was with her when we went to see a snake. I put a snake around my neck. The girl that was with her said she's alienated everybody from her life, all her family, nobody comes around. So when this happened, I saw clearly it wasn't me. That was what's going on in her head. I had complete compassion because I know she's living hell in her own head and projecting it onto me. I'm telling you, once you start feeling who you really are, Shakespeare's, this is a play, much to do about nothing. 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 Your mind is putting meaning on whatever's happening. And it doesn't have to mean anything. Yesterday, Peter said something. Meaning. Okay. I don't remember. But let's go with the suffering. Christina asked, what about the people who are suffering? Okay. So, the people seemingly suffering are all the false me's. It's all, when you question all the beliefs about you, and you start realizing that when you see a suffering person out there, you're believing, you're the one projecting that out there. You're projecting the suffering. There's no person suffering. They are spirit too. This is deep, you guys. And your ego mind can take on this, oh, there's nobody out there, so I don't have to blah, blah. Whatever is going to be done to seemingly rectify a situation that's seemingly hurting people, that's going to happen. But no one here is suffering. It's impossible to suffer. It's only the ego, the false little me that you believe yourself to be, that's suffering. And the only reason it's suffering is because it's set up by the seeming suffering is the pain is automatically, that's what the thought is. It's a thought that's causing the pain. So if you see when it's seemingly suffering going on in here, and and you refuse to blame anything in the world for that pain, come back to the spirit that you are. There's no one else out there. Everybody is a reflection of you. The you, as the little me starts dissipating, as it starts going away, you're left with just the spirit. And you see everybody else. Seemingly everybody else is a spirit too, which is nothing. A spirit isn't anything. It's the wind. The spirit moves, but you're not going to see it. Your mind cannot quantify it. I don't know if you guys can go there. This is freaking deep this morning. But it seems so clear right now. I cannot tell you how grateful I am, Lori is, in this dream, for all of you that have questions, that are here, because we are walking each other home. That's what the Course in Miracles talks about. We are walking each other home with questions, with triggers. Each person in your life, the one that you hate the most, are your biggest teacher. My brother-in-law used to be my biggest teacher. Now I see, and I don't take offense to any. I see his pain, the way he's had to go through life to where he is today. It's coming from the little boy who had to be the best because okay, so our ego minds, oh my God, it's almost, okay, our ego minds, as they're building, it's basically built because of a fear of I'm not enough. And the reason, it will take on a reason. I wasn't enough because I lived in a trailer park, or I had a big nose, and I had small wrists. Oh my, your mind. What has your mind taken on as why you're not enough? I would cover up. I would never wear anything tight because my boobs were too big. My wrists, I always had to wear a jacket on top of no matter what to cover my boobs and my wrists. And then I didn't want to drive up next to someone because they would see my my nose. I even created a boy in high school named Mike Sullivan, who used to call me Roman Nose. And then he started calling me Eson Namor, which was Roman Nose backwards. And since then, since we've gotten older, so he's not, I don't, actually I forgot about, he's not on my new, after the scam, I had to get rid of everybody. I had to get rid of my whole account. So I forgot about him. Anyway, he apologized to me, but I didn't need it. I saw that this body is not who we are. And every single thing that you hate about this body, you're hating you. You're hating the little me, the little girl, the little boy. You're hating him or her. What about being grateful for this body, for being able to see, for being able to hear, for being able to walk, to go anywhere, to talk, to eat. Yesterday we went to this place that Peter... Anyway, eating is the best. There's no eating for the spirit. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to hate the ego. It's innocent. It's not even a thing, actually. It's a bunch of thoughts about you that you believe that isn't true. All the while, the spirit sits quietly waiting for you to discover who you really are, which is joy and love and laughter and lightness. When Mom died, do you want to know what it's like in heaven as the veils were lifting for her, because there was no more future? No more future, which her future, I never thought to reverse that thought. Kim, you seem like you're having bing-bing moments today. Well, you did last time you joined, too. Woo, girlfriend, we really need to talk. I hear you. Oh, I love when that's my favorite thing, is to connect with somebody on this level. It is my favorite. Can you tell? It just lights me up because I feel it, and I know you can feel it because we are that spirit. We're not just these bodies and minds. We are that spirit, that love, that light. Mom said, it's daisies and chrysanthemums as far as you can see. And I said, how did you feel? And she goes, I felt light, not heavy. Because I get you. I love it. I love that you're loving this, Kim. That all the identities that we have about ourselves, the beliefs, are heavy. It's a burden, and it needs to fight to protect itself, which is a bunch of thoughts. It's not even real. All the while, the spirit that you are doesn't move. It's waiting for you to discover it. It's right there. As soon as you breathe, feel it. That quiet calm. That calm. Let the storm happen, the ego storm. Let it go on. Identify with who you really are. Identify with that spirit, the love that you are. That's another thing. The ego is very afraid of love. It is petrified of love because love drowns it out. It's the antithesis of love. If we recognize we chose these bodies, this meat car, to shuttle our spirit around in this human experience, yeah, right? It's that nothingness that we are, that spirit is in everything. It's not separate from everything. So it's not really, I mean, you could say it's in the body, it animates the body, but it's not, there's no boundaries. The body is not a boundary. There are no boundaries. The Indians, when the white people got here and started cutting up the land, they're like, what? Owning land? It was so foreign to them. There's no boundaries. It's only the ego wants, this is my land, and I'm going to fight for my land. My money. Somebody else's money is okay, but when it comes to losing my money, that's a trigger for an ego. And when the $30,000 is gone, woo-hoo, lots of people kill themselves for that, for the pain. Listen, I had those thoughts. I wasn't going to do it, but those thoughts did come up because the pain was so, that's why we all fight it. That's why, because it's painful. But if you're open to this message, feeling it, sitting with those feelings, sitting with all those beliefs, that's your freedom. That's where the freedom is. And girls, it's not the best day to go kayaking. I'm just saying. I'm supposed to go kayaking with girls today, but I mean, it's not raining, so I guess that's okay. But I'm chilled. I have layers on. It's not that cold. It's what? It's 70, but it's breezy and there's no sun. I know 70 sounds like it would be heaven for people up north, but it's chilly. All right. This was amazing. I could feel you, Kim. I could feel you. I mean, I'm really feeling me, feeling the resonance. Oh, this is so good. I love you all. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every one of you who is here live and who is here after. I appreciate you. Have a great week. I'll see you next Sunday. Mwah. I did this last time because I had no voice, so it's chilly up here, but I'm so warm with the 3 guys today. Yeah. Oh, that's the best. I gotcha. Okay. Till next Sunday. Have a great week. Bye.